Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly episode. Of course, I've got some stuff to show you, and let's just get right into it. No real cool announcements or anything to make this week, but I got some cool stuff, so let's get into her. All right, so first of all, my buddy Jay, he's been sending me a box every week, nonstop, which is fantastic. He's providing content for the channel. I really do appreciate it. And also he hooks me up with stuff he finds in stores, and then I just buy it at cost. He's been really helping me out this year. So this year and last year. And yeah, so very cool. This one, he just sent me 3 items, and they're all fantastic. So let's just take a look. We've got a Porsche 911 RSR, which is a Shuko Tarmac Works collab. This casting's great. I think I have it in silver and red. I don't think I've got it in yellow, so that is really sweet. It looks awesome in yellow. So I'm stoked on this one. We got it in the Shuko style packaging, Tarmac Works. Very cool. It is licensed by Porsche and very neat. So we're going to open up that and check that out. And then he also sent me another fresh cherries. I love these. These are Motormax fresh cherries. Anytime I can find one that I don't have in my collection and I'm able to get it affordably, I pick it up. He gifted this one to me, and it's fantastic. This is a 1976 Chevy Vega. Very, very cool. Digging that. Really neat. All right. Super awesome. It's in red. It looks really cool. I don't know. I think I've got this. I think I have a yellow one. Pretty sure I got a yellow one, so I got mustard. Now I got ketchup. All right, so we're going to take a look at that, of course, and cut that one open. He also hooked me up. The third item in here is kind of an interesting one. This is 100 Years of Ford Motor Company, Ford Then and Now series. These are Matchbox, and kind of interesting Matchbox. I don't know. It's weird because, like, the back of the card is so blank. I've never seen a more vacant rear card. Weird, right? But it's 100 years of Ford Motor Company. We've got a 1929 Ford Model A and a 1998 Ford Expedition. So there's that. Pretty nifty. I don't know if this came out in stores or what. It came out, looks like, in 2002. So, I don't know. I don't know much about it, but kind of cool, kind of interesting. So we're going to go ahead and open up that. Of course. Let's see here. What else do we got? I've got what might be the lamest car culture series in a while. And I've had it for like a month almost. And I just have neglected to go ahead and crack the set open. I didn't even pre-order a box of these or anything. I found them. I believe I found these in store. Pretty sure I did. But, it's kind of a meh set, but, for the sake of completing car culture or having all of them, I had to get it. Undoubtedly, the Toyota 4Runner is going to be the popular one in the set, right? Aside from the Chase. But this is the Hot Wheels Off-Road set. So we got a 4Runner in blue. We've got the Mercedes-Benz G-Class, the Big Pilot in black. Lots of these left on the pegs. We've got the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. This is pretty cool. This is a new cast. This is probably the one that's the most exciting to me in the set. This one would be the Chase if it were all black. Would be this guy. So there's that. The Big Air Bel Air, which is just a goofy thing. Nah, I'm not really into it. But there's that. And then the Range Rover Classic. Decent, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I would say not a terribly exciting car culture set. To me, okay? I don't even know what's next. What is the next car culture set? I don't even know. But yeah, this one's kind of bland. I'm not really super into it, but we're going to open it up anyway, take a look at it. Maybe I'll change my mind once the cars are out of the package. It's happened before. Probably not going to happen now, but we'll try. All right, then I got some Majorette. I found at Walmart, and, Majorette's been kind of, the stuff that's been showing up at Walmart, it's been kind of cool. We got a Lamborghini Huracan Aveo. We got that guy in blue. We've got a Dodge Challenger SRT Demon in black. Blacked out. You can barely see it. A Toyota 2000 GT. Green and gold. Green and yellow. So we got that guy. And then lastly, we've got the Ford Mustang GT in kind of a Ford livery. So we're going to check those out. So that's 4 majorettes we're going to open up. Pretty nifty. I also found in store, I picked up this from Target. It's a Hot Wheels 8-pack. So I guess instead of 9-pack, they've reduced it to 8 cars. I think, well, I got it because I like the Nissan 300ZX, and I wanted that black one. And it's an exclusive to the pack, so I figured I have to have it. Which annoys me. It annoys me that they do that. But I think there's some other cool, like, multi-pack exclusives in here. I want to say, and I don't know for sure, but I want to say the Lotus in here, possibly the NSX, possibly both of the NSXs are exclusive to this pack, and the Alpha actually might be as well, but I don't know that for sure. We'll dig into that as we go. Someone will answer the question in the comments of what is exclusive and what is not, and that's how we'll get to the bottom of that. I'm not going to look it up, not now. All right, so we got that, and then we got to open an Ultra Red. So another Ultra Red sent to me from Diecast. I'm a couple behind here, but we got this Ford Mustang Mach 1 that looks pretty sick. So that's pretty awesome. Then, of course, we're going to open up the version A and version B cars as well. Standard fare there. So now for this set, I believe I got the wagon coming. I got the truck we got to open up yet. What am I missing from it? We're missing... let's see. I got the Mitsubishi. Oh, probably just the Toyota Celica Supra. Yeah, so the Toyota Celica Supra will be the only one that I'm missing yet from this set. And that's probably going to be the toughest one to grab. So that's the way she goes. All right. Lastly, what we have is a couple of Mini GT. And I love Mini GT. We got a Kaido House truck that we're going to look at. That's pretty awesome. And then we've got a Subaru Impreza Rally Tour de Corsa. I don't know. Rally Tour de Corse. Anyway, we got a Subaru Impreza and a brand new casting from Mini GT, which is the Porsche 911 1964 in Irish green. So I've heard this Irish green one has had some quality control issues. So we'll see what we get when we open the package. That should be interesting. All right. That's what I've got to show you today. So it's naturally, I don't know, thumbnail time. Let's get that fresh cherries in there. Maybe. I don't know. How can we, like this? Like that, maybe? And then, should we show maybe this guy? I don't know. There, that's a goofy face. We'll try that one out. All right, let's go ahead and flip the camera around. Let's open up this stuff and get on with it. All right, stay tuned. All right, let's actually blast open this Hot Wheels 8-pack first. Open that up. And take a peek. So there was a few of these packs with different assortments of cars. I tried to get the best one that they had that included this 300ZX. So this is the car I really wanted from the set. It's one of my favorite little Hot Wheels castings, and definitely wanted to get it, so I did. And here it is in black and red, just a basic mainline, but we do have some details in the back there, which look okay, and just a cool casting overall of a cool car. So I definitely dig this. I dig this casting, big fan, and so I'm glad to get that one checked off the list, I guess. This NSX, I don't know if it's exclusive or not. You guys will have to let me know. I'm leaning towards that it is. but I could be wrong. We got rear detail, we've got front detail, we got an Acura logo right up there. It's in a metallic purple, and looks pretty decent. So there's that one. This Firebird, I'm pretty sure, is not exclusive. Pretty sure this was available on a car in the main line. But again, you guys will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this color was available, though, in mainline. So I don't think that one's exclusive. This one, I'm pretty much positive, is not exclusive either. I'm pretty sure this one is also available in a $1 package. Pretty sure it is. But again, you guys will let me know if I'm wrong. This one, I don't care if it is or isn't. I'm not keeping it. This will get tossed in my kid's Hot Wheels bin. Yeah, this thing is just, you know, the Super Volt. It is what it is. It's a goofy tooling. All right, set that one aside. And then we've got this guy here. This is another NSX, the Acura 2009 NSX. And I don't know if this is exclusive or not. Not sure. But I don't think I have it, so it might be. But I am not sure. So, again, you guys will let me know. And then I think these are also multi-pack exclusives. But I'm not sure. Again, we got an Alfa Romeo in blue. This is such a just bulbous, ugly version. This car has got to be kind of difficult to make in 1/64 because I don't think I've ever really seen a good-looking version of it. Like, even the Kyosho, I think, that I have of this car, or something close to it, I don't think looks that good. Maybe I just don't really like how the car looks. Not sure. Bulbous would be the name. All right. And then, lastly, this Lotus Esprit. And I think this one is a multi-pack exclusive. However, again, I'm not sure. I really like this little tooling. I think this tooling is cool. The Lotus Esprit is another one of my all-time favorite cars, and I'm a big fan of it. Got a lot of orange peel paint job there. It looks kind of bleh, but it is what it is. And we'll add this one to the little Esprit collection that I've got. So there's that 9-pack. What should we look at next? Let's grab this Matchbox Then and Now series, 1929 Ford Model A truck and 1998 Ford Expedition. There you go. There's a look at that blank card on the back, which just is kind of goofy. So I don't know what the deal is with this. I don't know where this was sold. I am not sure. The other thing to add to it is there is no punch for it to be hung on a peg and merchandised that way. So it would have had to sit on a shelf like this, which makes me think maybe this was an online purchase thing. I honestly just don't know. And anybody that does will let me know, hopefully. But we're going to go ahead and open it up and pull out the cars. Or trucks, rather. SUV. It's got a little extra packaging treatment there. So there's our Model A truck, and then here's our Ford Expedition. So all we do know is that this likely came out around 2002 or 2003 based on copyright date information on the back of the card, which isn't always accurate, but that's the best guess that we've got at this point. This thing is heavy, very heavy. It's weird because usually when you get like an older style vehicle like this that has these, big fenders and stuff or whatever, typically those are going to be plastic and the base would be the metal thing. But on this one, the base is actually plastic and this is actually metal. This is metal, this is metal, two different metal pieces, the top is plastic. So this thing is weighty. It's got a very heavy weight to it for a kind of mainline style vehicle without, that's not all metal. So very, very heavy. The blue paint looks really nice and it's kind of a neat little Matchbox piece. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got this guy here, which is the Ford Expedition. This feels much lighter. It's got a plastic base and a metal body. And it's kind of a bulbous looking little Ford SUV. This one has suspension. Yeah, that one does not. This one does. This one's got suspension. It's got like Matchbox style suspension. Does it actually have? Yeah, it's got the little like leaf spring thing in there. I can kind of see it. At least it looks like it does. I don't know if you can see it in there. Maybe you can't. I don't know. It's definitely not the axles that are just thin. It's got to have that little plastic piece in there that gives it some suspension. That's interesting. All right. Anyway, there's that. It's plain old white with the 100 years of Ford Motor Company on the side of it. So there's that. My buddy Jay sent that one to me. Thank you again. Next, let's open up this other thing that he sent. This is a Porsche 911 RSR Shuko Tarmac Works. They've released a lot of these of this casting in various colors and liveries and all sorts of stuff. I do not have all of them, obviously. I do have a couple of them. There's a couple more I'd probably like to get, especially the one that we showed in the Lamley Awards. That was kind of a surprise, good performer. That PlayStation one. I think that's this casting, or something close to it anyway. So in classic Shuko fashion, it's cardboard on the inside of here, and then there is a screw, though, holding the casting to the cardboard. So we will unscrew that and take a peek. The casting itself, this one is, most of Shuko stuff is metal body, metal base, and this one is as well. And it actually rolls quite well, too. It's a nice little casting. I like Shuko stuff. I've got quite a few Shuko in the collection. This is really a Shuko-born casting or tooling, so, I mean, that's what it is. Question, is that supposed to be off-center like that? That right there? Probably is, actually. Way too off-center to be a mistake. But this looks really nice. It looks pretty good. So the back little spoiler bit is plastic. The rest of the car is metal. Tires are rubber. We've got inserted details for your headlamps, which look pretty good. And we've got an inserted strip of plastic for the tail, along with a Porsche logo in there as well. And then Carrera RSR on the back. We've got some detailed exhaust. And overall, this is looking pretty good. I actually really like it. I think I like it better than the other ones that I have. But very cool there. So this is actually, I put these and I lumped these together with my Shuko collection, not with my Tarmac Works collection, because even though they are technically released by Tarmac Works and I think distributed by Tarmac Works, it is a Shuko-born tooling, and that's kind of why it lives with my Shuko collection. Now, Shuko has put out actually quite a few collaborations, various ones with Tarmac Works. They're all pretty cool. So that's something that Tarmac Works does that's kind of neat, is they collab with these other tooling manufacturers and to put out some pretty cool stuff. So digging that. I think that is neat. All right, what shall we look at next? Probably sticking with the stuff from Jay. We might as well pop into this fresh cherry here and get this Porsche out of the way. All right. This one is going to be scissors required. It is a clamshell style packaging. And the older this clamshell style packaging is, the more brittle it gets and the more injuries it can cause when you're trying to cut it open. So I'm just going to cut it open off camera here, because trying to reach over and do it will definitely cause me to hurt myself, and we don't want to do that. We've got this here. There's the car. It comes with this little cardboard platform telling you it's a 1976 Chevy Vega. And then it also comes with a little card here, right there. And then the card itself is this, but I'm looking for a date. We always like to do that. So 2006 is the copyright date on the card. So That could mean that it came out in 2006, could be 2007. I don't really know. Could be even later than that, possibly, but here you go. There's a look at the card. This will kind of tell you. The Chevy Vega was a subcompact car made between 1971 and 77 to compete against foreign compact cars made by Volkswagen, Toyota, and Datsun. So there's your Vega. So the neat thing about the fresh cherries is they kind of release all these kind of bland Malaise era style, whatever cars. I think that's the correct term for it. From the 70s, late 70s and stuff. And that's kind of their wheelhouse of toolings that they created. And there really isn't that much option for some of these cars from any other die-cast manufacturer. I don't think they're the only ones that's made a Vega, but either way, they do some weird stuff. And they had like a really kind of cool premium construction. So we got a metal base, we have a metal body, we have rubber tires, we have inserted details for the taillights, we have a bumper that's a separate piece, same deal in the front, the headlights are inserted and we have a bumper. We've got a pretty decent amount of detail, just a basic kind of factory color paint job. The thing rolls. You know, this is a nice one. I think it's really neat. And they do a bunch of kind of cool cars. They do a really cool Pontiac Fiero that I have a few different variations of that. You know, they're not like perfect, like, you know, true 1/64 scale, perfect and stuff like that. And, you know, you can definitely tell that they're an older tooling, you know, just by the way that they're constructed. So they're not quite like mini GT quality or like Tomica Limited vintage quality or even like an Auto World quality, really. But they're close to, I would say, Auto World or Johnny Lightning, stuff like that. But they do have the inserted details, so that kind of sets them apart. They're just kind of neat. They have their own look. You can kind of always tell when you see a tooling that it's a Motormax 1/64 scale tooling. They got their own kind of flavor to them. So I dig them, I collect them, and I think they're cool. End of story. Really neat. All right. So there's that one. And then that's the stuff from Jay. I think what we should look at next real quick. Let's go ahead and open up our Auto World since we were kind of alluding to some true 1/64 scale items. So this is from 2023 release 4. We've got version A in bright green gold poly and version B in pearl white. I haven't seen any of this set hit stores at all yet, Target or Walmart. I got my case from a hobby dealer, and then I've been chipping away kind of at the Ultra Reds. Or I should say my buddy's been chipping away at them for me. You guys all know the story. All right, 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Go ahead and open it up. In this beautiful color, bright green gold poly. It's one of my favorite toolings from Auto World, this Mach 1 tooling. It's a really sweet Mustang, and I should say it's a sweet looking Mustang. So we got an opening hood. We've gotten this car several times in some sort of green flavor, but not one quite like this. And I think it's quite cool looking. I really like it. So I really like this tooling in general. I think it's pretty awesome. Not everyone's favorite Mustang, but I think it's the coolest looking Mustang. It might not have been the best performing Mustang or anything like that. It was big and bulky and yada, yada, yada. Maybe a little underpowered. I'm not really even sure. I'm not a Mustang aficionado, but to me, it's like the coolest looking one. And, you know, looks are all that matter when I can't drive the stupid thing anyways. All right. 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1 in pearl white. We've gotten this in white before as well, but this is kind of a pearl white. So it's got a little pearl flavoring to it. And it looks pretty good. Pearlish. Again, opening hood. One of the easiest castings to open a hood on because the hood kind of hangs over the front a little bit, so it gives you something to grip onto. Got a little like flea bite thing in the front there, a little crack in the paint job. It's unfortunate. But here's this guy. Mach speed. True 164 scale greatness from Auto World, my favorite brand really to collect, and you guys know that. So I'm a big fan, really enjoy it, and I really enjoy collecting the chases. The only brand I collect chases from is Auto World, and this is on the version B card, but you guys should know by now if you watch the channel, it doesn't make a difference what card it's on, if it's version A or version B. For the store releases, it don't matter because it's going to be the same either way. It doesn't matter what card it's on, A or B, you are going to get the same car. And the ultra red traits for this particular set are, it's got an ultra red body, it's got an ultra red interior, metal base, no color on the base, red tires and white rims. And we can open the hood, nothing under there. Sometimes they hide a little trait underneath the hood as well. In this case, that is not the case. And for this particular set, gosh, you know, I don't think I've figured out yet if these are supposed to go after the version A or version B traits. Auto World will always pick one set, either the version A or version B, and they'll keep like those particular traits for the vehicle. And you can't really tell that here because these two cars are identical except for body color. Like there's no difference in trim that I can see. You know, there's nothing there that you would see that would show through on this. So therefore, we don't know. And I think that's been honestly the case with all of the ones that I have from this set so far, which tells me maybe that's just it. They didn't do anything different. They didn't do anything, so it's not after a version A or version B. They just kept the traits the same for each of the cars, version A and version B, and they made an ultra red version, which I think might actually be what's going on here. But I don't have them all, and I haven't looked closely at them all online, so I cannot really tell you for sure yet. But if we find the last one that we need, we'll be doing a full set video on them, as I do for all the full sets as I complete them, and we will get into what is what, and I'll probably figure it out then. But this is beautifully done. Like the paint job on this is just very, very nice. All these newer ultra reds, they look better than the ones that they've looked in a few years, and they look really good. The paint has been kind of different over the years for the ultra red. So anyway, very awesome, very cool to get that and check that off the list. Next, let's do Majorette. So again, these are showing up in Walmart. The pink slips ones are showing up in both Walmart and Target, but Walmart is getting just regular basic Majorettes. They have been imported, I believe, by Jada Toys. Yep, as it says right here on the back. So these are castings and toolings and stuff that have been out, possibly liveries and everything that's been out for a while in other countries and available in other countries. But now they're being distributed here, again, by Jada, who's bringing these into the U.S. and selling them in Walmarts. And I think, judging by the pegs, they're pretty successful. As they come up with new stuff, they're selling. They're kind of doing it right this time around. Majorette kind of peaked back into the U.S. at the tail end of Toys R Us's, you know, when Toys R Us was starting to sort of waver and go out of business here in the U.S. And they came into Toys R Us and I think had a pretty bad time. They didn't sell very well, and I just don't think they did it the right way. Now that they've kind of fixed their wheel issue and they've got rubber tires and stuff like that, people are more open to purchasing them here in the U.S. And I think they're doing pretty well. And this is a nice looking Mustang. And I'm judging that just on looking at a microcosm, you know, of sales where Walmarts that I have access to locally and stuff like that. And just from things I've observed is that they are selling. So there you have that. So 1/64 scale, they actually put the scale right in the bottom. They're not all going to be 1/64 scale, but according to the base of this one, it is 1/64 scale. And judging by the size of it, it's probably accurate. I'm thinking of the auto world that I have of kind of the same basic car, and yeah, it looks accurate. This one rolls. It's got suspension. It's got opening doors. It's got a decent livery. It's got you know, the headlights. Oftentimes, Majorette will almost do this on a lot of their cars will have headlights that appear to be a separate piece. They're part of the window piece. They do that a lot. We got you know, just details all around. It's like a full deco type of thing, fully printed thing. No dot matrix stuff like we're going to see in the car culture set when we open that up. So for me, you know, I think these are a pretty good value for money. I think they're cool castings. They've done a lot of cool stuff, interesting things, and I think they're neat. Then we got this guy, Toyota 2000 GT. This is clearly not 1/64 scale because this car is small in real life, and this casting is big as the Mustang we got here. So these come with little boxes that you can store the car into should you want to. I don't think this fits in the box. If it did, that would be pretty neat, but it doesn't. I'm kind of torn on whether or not to save these boxes or not. I think I've been throwing them in another big box, just tossing them in there. What I could do is just open them up and flatten them. That's probably what I should do. Let's just go like this. And flatten them, keep them like that. That's probably what I should do if I'm going to hang on to them. Not a bad idea. But here is our 2000 GT. So clearly large. And what did we got for scale? 156 scale according to the bottom. Made in Thailand. Again, we got rubber tires. It's got suspension. And this one appears to have an opening hood, which opens that way to reveal a minimal amount of detail under there, but not too bad. Cool car. And then again, we have like what appears to be like a separate piece up in front for like the headlight type of things. This thing's got weird lights on it. And then painted detail or printed detail for the back. And again, rubber tires, it rolls. It's a neat little piece. I like these. I like these Majorettes. I think they're cool. Let's carry on. We've got Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. This one showed up in the Pink Slips. Oh, jeez. This one showed up in the Pink Slips release. The first one, it was kind of hot. It was a pink Dodge Demon. And now we've got it in this blacked out color. I've got a couple different versions of this car. I think I've got like a green one. And then we've got this black one that looks pretty cool again. Another Majorette box. I guess we'll save that. And then we've got the car itself. So here's where it really gives away that this is part of the windows. You got your headlights up here that are blue, just like the window is tinted blue. Opening doors. Again, suspension, rubber tires. This one is 1/66 scale, so it's slightly smaller than 1/64. Good roller. And overall, I think it looks pretty good. You know, it's not bad. It's got side mirrors. Pretty decent. I like it better than the pink one. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, in those Pink Slips releases, there seemed to be one like pink car almost in all the waves. Well, in two of them anyway. There's a pink Porsche in one, and there's a pink Challenger in another. But those are kind of Jada. Actually, like Jada controls the graphics, I think, on those, and that's why they look a little wild. And then these ones are just straight up Majorettes that are imported by Jada. All right, then we got the Lamborghini Huracan Aveo. This one in blue and orange. This one has an opening engine compartment. Just snap shut there. This one's in 1/64 scale. It's got suspension again, rubber tires, metal body. It's got the headlight thing going on again. So all of our castings today had that. Nice roller. Looks pretty good. And like I said, pretty decent value for money, I'm going to say these toolings are. The only knock on them maybe is that they're not all 1/64 scale. I kind of wish they just would make them all the same, all 1/64 scale. Instead of messing around just to make them fit like the same size packaging, I think is what they really tend to do that for. But so all these cars are roughly like the same size no matter what the car is. And that's just what they do. I mean, Hot Wheels kind of does that as well. So, but Majorette definitely does it. So these are like the 3-inch scale models is really what they are. But I think they're neat. I think they're neat, and I'm glad to have them as an option for purchase at our local Walmarts. All right. You know what? We're going to do Mini GT, I guess, last, because we're going to get into this car culture set because we just kind of talked some smack about the graphics while we looked at Majorette. So Majorette's like a full deco situation, right? I get it. It doesn't have metal base, but it does have moving parts and stuff like that. So I think Majorette's a good value for money. Now, car culture has gotten up to like almost $7 a car at Walmart when you consider tax and everything. And I don't know. And this set to me is just the most mediocre thing I've seen in a while. And I don't mean to like really rag on it, but you know, I guess this is kind of cool now that I'm feeling it. It's got a metal base, Big Air Bel Air. It's a big off-road Chevy Bel Air. Kind of a neat little concept, I suppose. The dot matrix printing stuff doesn't look bad on this particular model. It looks pretty decent. I mean, it's there, but normally you'd really see it in this white if they would have printed it like that on the white, but I think the white's actually paint this time around. Again, metal body, metal base, rubber tires, and it's Hot Wheels, so it's obviously more popular than a Majorette. Plus, it's got that Hot Wheels flavor to it, being it's an it's an exaggerated vehicle. All right, let's go. Let's open up this one. This one has been an extreme peg warmer. I've seen tons of these on the pegs. Left behind. A G-Wagon. Mercedes-Benz G-Class. IWC. The big Pilot. Let's check that out. So you can really see the low resolution printing on this one. Not great looking. Decent little truck though. It does look pretty cool. Again, metal body, metal base, rubber tires. This top piece is plastic, of course. And it's a blacked out truck. I mean, it looks all right. It looks all right. Of course, it rolls on your Real Rider tires and all that good stuff. Then we got the Range Rover Classic. You know, and I would like this, I think, if the wheels weren't just so big. It just doesn't look proportionate. I don't really dig it. I like the Range Rover Classic look. It's that boxy look. That's pretty fantastic. But we've got good ones already from Mini GT and Inno64. Both make a really good Range Rover Classic that looks really cool. So this, to me, is just kind of meh, right? I don't really... This isn't something I would be dying to put in my collection. The rims and tires just look too big. And, I mean, the livery's okay. You always like to look close up at the graphics here. And they look okay. They're not bad. You can still see that low resolution print. But, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it at that. And then... This one is the one, I guess, is that super popular, the Toyota 4Runner. I think this is the third version of a Toyota, this casting that's come out. We had it in white initially, and then we got it in black. Both of those were Boulevard releases. This is the first one that I think people were able to really get wide range because it showed up in a car culture set. Now, all the ones I've seen do look a bit weird with this, like, weird rear axle seems way close to the one side of the wheel well than the other. It's like these are offset a little bit weird. And I don't know what's up with that. Is that how the car looks in real life? I don't think so. You'd think they'd be more centered. And I can't remember on my previous versions of this casting what they look like. We've got a tire that's almost fallen off here. The paint on this is just very, very thick and orange peelish. And honestly, when I was looking through these to pick one, this was the best looking one in the bunch. No real, like, it's got full deca, but not much for graphics, really. We've just got the taillight graphics, and then we've got the front end graphics. You know, the little black trim and all that stuff, but not much for that, which is okay. And then, I don't know, something about this rear axle being forward, far forward, looks wrong to me, but, you know, I could be wrong. It's possible. It's happened. Not really sure, but yeah, I don't know. It looks okay, I guess. And then what is that? What is that right there? That's not there, but it's there. What is that about? I don't know. Not sure. I mean, it's got side mirrors, but really they're just like blobs. So, yeah. All right. And again, I said I'm going to knock this set because I'm not really excited about it. This thing looks pretty cool, though. The Land Cruiser. I'm digging this one. I do want the chase of this just because, I mean, I'll take any car culture chase, let's be honest. I would like to get them all just to be a completionist for the car culture set. I've been collecting car culture, obviously, since car culture started. So, obviously, I want it. This is a new tooling. It's pretty neat. God, those headlights are wild. Those look out of proportion, though, don't they? I don't think they're that big on the truck. Are they? I mean, I know that look. My mom's got like an old Lexus that it's like this generation or whatever, and the headlights kind of wrap around like that, but I don't remember them being that big. Got the lights up top, metal body, metal base, rolls good. This is definitely the highlight of the set, no doubt to me. This is the best looking one. This looks okay. The color's kind of neat, but the paint is so thick and gross, it just doesn't look all that great. And again, that rear axle bugs the heck out of me being that far forward in the wheel well. And I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's how it's supposed to look. Something tells me that it's not. And if it is, it's ugly. It's ugly. All right. We're going to end this episode on a high note, and we're going to look at some Mini GT. Well, maybe a high note. We've got one car that I'm a little concerned about what it's going to look like when we pull it out of the package. But we're going to start with the Kaido House, the Silverado. This looks really cool. Actually, dude, I dig these. I dig the Kaido House stuff. I like Kaido House. I like Liberty Walk stuff. I always say I like stock-looking cars too, but I don't know. I'd like this style. I think it's cool. I like what Junimai has done with the Kaido House line. You know, I don't buy everything. I just buy the ones that I think kind of stand out to me, that I think are really cool. And I wanted to have this one. This is the second Silverado that I've got. And I dig what he does. I think they're really cool. This thing rides so low. The wheels look cool. The attention to just a lot of detail. There's a lot of detail in these that like backwash or blackwash. I mean, backwash. Blackwash on the grill looks good. I mean, everything about this looks pretty darn cool. It's a nice big long bed, low riding, square body pickup. And I mean, I like it. Okay? You don't have to. And that's fine. I get it. People think square bodies are played out. But to me, this is something a little bit different. And I think it's very neat. So as far as I'm concerned, best kind of exaggerated feature style kind of Silverado type casting definitely goes to Kaido House. Best in Mini GT, best stock square body stuff goes to Auto World. And my two favorite brands to collect are those two. And I think for good reason, because they both are pretty awesome. The one edge I would definitely give Mini GT is they do tend to pump out a lot more stuff throughout the year. At least it feels that way than Auto World does. They're constantly putting out stuff, putting out new toolings, all sorts of stuff. But very cool. But that's all they do. And you got to understand that Auto World is run by Round 2, and they got their hands in a lot of stuff. Not just 1/64 scale diecast. They're making model kits. They're making all sorts of, crazy stuff. And they have a small team. I was so shocked when I got to meet those guys, how small the team is. But there you go. All right. Let's look at... so yeah, when you look at overall productions, definitely there's a lot more coming out around 2, probably than TSM model. But, maybe not. But I'm guessing yes. All right. This is the Subaru Impreza WRC 98, number 22, 1999, Rally Tour de Corse. I don't know. Go ahead and open up this box. This is the International Packaging Mini GT. That's why it's not coming in Mio packaging. I was not expecting this to look pink. I thought it was red. It appears red on the package, but it looks pink. Maybe it is supposed to be pink. I don't know. I love this packaging. Love it. Absolutely huge fan. No screws, nothing. Just put it back in the plastic, close up the box, and your casting is safe. Big fan of that. Yeah, really cool. Looking little rally car. Lots of little details. Very nice looking. No quality issues. Roll cage in the back. Man, just really nicely detailed and really nicely done, as Mini GT often is. So, I'm a huge fan of these. I'm a huge fan of Mini GT. You guys know it. I've got hundreds now in my collection. I'm for sure over 200. I've got to be. And I kind of keep track of them all, so I could look it up in a spreadsheet. But for sure over 200 of these. And they're awesome. If I'm not over 200, I'm very, very close. All right, I like that. And then this one is a brand new casting that I was very excited about. Now, I've heard some grumblings from a few collectors that I know that have had some quality issues with this particular car. So that makes me a little nervous about it. Now, I haven't... Most of the time, I've gotten really good, no issues with any Mini GT, no quality issues whatsoever. But there have been a couple that I've had a couple issues with. So, we're crossing our fingers on this one. And first glance, I think we're looking pretty good. Let's pull the little car out. Very cool little old school Porsche in green. I'll probably get like every color they ever put out of this casting. And I don't really have any issue with it. The paint in the back is a little bit funky. But the ones I've seen, it was this grill printing, this fine printing in the back here that was all messed up. And my particular example doesn't have that issue, so I'm thankful for that. The headlights up front look actually really good too. No issues there. So it appears I got a good one. I've only seen a couple of them with issues, but so I can't say that this casting is super prone to it. I'm just, just going by, again, what I've seen, my observation. And this looks really good. Okay, so I'm a big fan. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. All right. Very, very cool. And oh, wow, we've had a long episode. It happens, Super long again today. So very cool. I think the highlight of this episode, that Porsche is really neat. Actually, all my Mini GT turned out really good here. The three of them. So those 3 cars are great. The Majorettes are cool. Actually, out of all of them, the Mustang might take it. And then this Vega is super cool. From Motormax, the Shuko Tarmac. Look at that, then and now kind of thing. Very, very cool. And then, of course, our Auto World Ultra Red. Always fun to check another one of these off the list. And this is a great casting to check off. And then, of course, we got some cool Hot Wheels, Matchbox, and all that good stuff, too. All right. Thank you guys again for watching another long one. I appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one, and have a great week.